Hey guys, so tonight I figured I would milk a little more out of getting this new foundation. I don't think I've ever done so many videos on one foundation in my life, but since I just got the new Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation, I wanted to see how these two go up against each other. So we are straight up going to put this one on this side of my face and this one on this side, and we're going to see what they look like. I have no idea if the colors are anywhere near the same. I imagine they are because they're both lighter shades and they're both on the more yellowy side, so I think we should be okay. I'm not like going anywhere, so I'm not super worried about it. And then I'm also going to use my Bobbi Brown face base underneath because I know I really like this under the Nars. And we are going to use my favorite concealer right now, which is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. And I've had this forever. I just got it out of its little package. It is the Beauty Blender Power Pocket Puff, dual-sided powder puff. And guess who I'm going to say? Bailey Sarian uses this a lot. Tati used to use this. I've seen a bunch of people use it. This side is kind of spongy and this is like velvety. I don't know. So we're going to try to set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier under eye blurring powder with this. And yeah, we're just going to try out a few new things on my face. So let's get started as soon as the air comes on, like always. Like I said, I'm going to start with my Bobbi Brown face base, and I really do love this. I always get way too much out though. Like you really don't need much. So I just kind of, well, okay. Let me go ahead and start applying the makeup while I say this. I have two sponges, my Juno & Co, and then just a Beauty Blender. I'm going to use my Juno & Co with the Nars on this side of my face, and I'm so obsessed with that face base. It just makes my skin feel so good. Let's dab this onto this side. Ooh. I don't know how I'm gonna do my nose. That should be interesting. And then since this does dry down super fast, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out before putting the Too Faced on. Okay, so this is half of my face with the Nars. This looks so strange and I've never done this before, so it's very weird for me. Let's put the Too Faced on this side so I can stop looking like this. I do think with the Nars foundation, the one thing you have to be really careful with is cakiness. Like I put just a little bit too much on my forehead right now, and it just really, like, I don't know, it gets cakey pretty quick. So you have to be very strategic, I guess, with the way you blend it out and everything, if that makes any sense. So the Nars definitely has a little more coverage, so I'm going to layer this just a tiny bit, like half a layer. Okay, so now that both of those are applied, they're definitely not the same finish. Like you can see up here on my forehead where they're meeting, because I didn't really blend them together very well. But this is much more matte and this is much more just kind of like skin-like. And I will say the Too Faced is much easier to work with, and I don't know, it is more skin-like. Like it's not a super powdery matte kind of look. I'm not sure if it'll really pick up on camera right now, but this is the Nars side, and then this is the Too Faced. So I don't know if you can really tell much of a difference, but in person I can definitely see and feel a difference. This feels much more set right now, and this still feels kind of not dewy. Like it's definitely not a dewy foundation, but it just skin-like, like everybody says. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with some of my Dior concealer. And what I was going to say before I was doing my foundation was that I just realized I have not been doing like any eyeshadow kind of content like at all lately. So what is interesting y'all right now with eyeshadow? Like, is there anything that y'all want to see? I feel like it's been a minute since I've gotten a new eyeshadow palette. I don't know. I was just thinking I haven't played much with any eyeshadow lately. But I also wanted to say I love this one size eyeliner. I'm so obsessed with it. Like it might be my just favorite of all time. now I'm gonna get my Laura Mercier powder in this little puff ready. Just gonna kind of rub it in there. Got some product on there. Now I can go straight in before I start to crease. Even though the creasing is really minimal with this concealer, I still have the one line that I just cannot stand. Alright, without moving, I'm going to press this in. Ooh, that looks really pretty. I'm gonna do like one more little layer. I feel like this is probably putting on more product than I usually use, but it looks so like blurred and perfect. Wow. I can kind of see where the powder is on my skin right here. So I'll have to see if that goes away when I like powder my whole face. So far, I am loving this right here. Like, I feel like my eyes look so blurred out all under here, and I'm really, really liking it. So I figured for today, I won't do any kind of creams. I will just do like powder products. And most of the time, you know, creams are totally fine and they don't mess with anything. But every now and then, like, you know, something just won't blend out quite as well or whatever. So I just wanted to see these two foundations without any like, oops, well, you know, I did do this on this side because my bronzer didn't blend out, or oh, the blush looks a little this on this side because blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I'm setting my face with my MAC Studio Fix, and I'm probably good, especially for two matte foundations, but I feel like that really helped, like right where I could see, you know, just where there was powder and no powder. But my skin looks like flawless right now on both sides, but I think the Too Faced side looks a little bit better. I'm not sure if you will be able to tell, but I don't know. My ears are so red. I'm not a fan of being this close, but I want to see, even like when I'm editing and stuff, if I can see a difference. Like, okay, so basically, I'm not saying that these are the same, but I don't think you need both of them. Like, you can definitely get away with just having one. I did not need both. I will use both because I'm me and, you know, but I don't think that you need both. So I'm gonna run and throw some brows on real quick, and I'm just gonna throw some of my Too Faced Melted Chocolate shadow on with some of my One Size liner and Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara, and then I will be right back to throw like some bronzer on and then probably be done, and then check in a few hours to see which side is looking like what. So I will be right back. Okay, so I am back, but it has been almost 2 hours since I filmed that. So we can already do a little check-in before even like putting any kind of face stuff on top. This is what it is looking like right now. It's looking pretty good. I feel like for some reason over here it's doing the exact same thing that it did in my last video. This is the Nars side, and I'm not sure what is going on, but it's like nothing wants to stick right there, so I really just don't know. But I went ahead, I threw some brows in, just like some brow gel. I used my Tiramisu Me Too Faced Melted Chocolate eyeshadows, blended it out with a big fluffy brush, and then I did a little liner with my One Size liner I'm obsessed with, and then I used my Pat McGrath Black Star mascara, which is so good. So now I want to use my two Tom Ford bronzers. I have both shades, and at first I thought Terra was my favorite, and it is like for fall winter, but Gold Dust, yeah, I don't know why I was questioning myself. Gold Dust was so beautiful for summer. So transitioning into fall, I am going to use the Terra shade for more of a contour, and then Gold Dust to kind of bronze everywhere else. So let me show you them side by side. This is Terra and this is Gold Dust. So this one is just a little more cool toned and this one a little more warm toned. So I'm gonna go in with Terra first, and I'm going to take my Sephora Pro Small Brush Blush Definition 74 brush. It is the perfect contouring brush. I'm just going to tap in here and take this to the very back of my cheeks. And this isn't like necessarily a contour color, like it's warmer than a contour shade would be. It's way warmer than the Smashbox or the Dior contour that I use, but it just kind of gives you a nice shadow. And since I am using the other bronzer on top, it kind of just like gives me a little more definition, I think. So this one is completely matte. Not sure. Yeah, it looks super matte in the pan. And then the gold dust does have kind of like a gold dusting in it. And that one I don't feel like you can tell quite as much. But I don't know, the finishes put together are just really, really, really beautiful. So now that I have my cheeks just kind of shadowed a bit, I'm going to take a kind of a bigger brush. This is the smaller end of the Hourglass powder brush. I love this end for bronzer and for blush. I use it all the time. This is like always in my to-go makeup bag. I feel like this just like, I don't know, it doesn't blend out the Terra shade too much. Like it leaves it, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I just really like the two. Obviously you definitely do not need two Tom Ford bronzers, and I picked them up during a sale a while ago. I had the mini sizes and I was obsessed, so when there was a sale I did grab the larger ones. But I have a feeling I will be using these until I'm like 60 years old because there's so much product in this. I actually want to look at it beside my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I had it right here. So the Tom Ford has 15 grams and the Charlotte Tilbury has 16. Wow. So both of these are huge, but the Charlotte Tilbury actually has a little bit more. But honestly, both of them are going to last me until I'm a long time. Also, my eyes are watering and my nose is running like a mess, so I'm sure my under eyes and my liner will be nice and messed up in absolutely no time. I was actually surprised the liner was still intact when I got back upstairs after Parker woke up earlier. So now I'm going to go in with my Patrick Ta Do We Know Her. This is the duo, but I'm just going to take the powder and kind of just place that like more on the back of my cheek. I feel like this is such a nice shade. Like it's the perfect kind of neutrally pink, no, not pink. Perfect kind of like neutrally coral shade. Can't believe I even just said pink. This is not pink. This is like melon and peaches, and I love it so much. So this one is probably my favorite. I really like that LA one too. It's just super like neutral and bronzy and so pretty. This headband keeps sliding off again, and I'm telling y'all, it is driving me absolutely crazy. All right, whatever. I feel like there was something I was like gonna talk to y'all about. I know I say this in like every single video. I just need to stop because I say the same shit in every video, and every time I'm editing it, I'm like, dude, you literally just said like you forgot what you were gonna say. Nobody needs to know that. Like nobody gives a shit. I'm gonna go in with my Guerlain Meteorites palette that I am just as obsessed with as the day that I got it. I think this right here is one of my 2020 top picks. And it's actually something I was going to talk about. I'm glad I said that. I saw Manny do, I'm not sure if it was Allures. I'm not sure whose like top 2020 beauty picks they were, but he used, you know, a full face of them, and it was a really fun video to watch because like he didn't agree with a lot of the products, and honestly neither did I. I was like, what? Like, I don't know, there was a Dior highlighter that it was one of the liquid highlighters, and that's like, what? That is not the top 2020 highlighter. Like that might be a nice glowy product from 2020, but you literally, you could have chosen this and you chose that. That's just like beyond stupid to me. So just my opinion though. Now I want to try this lip combo I've been wanting to try. The lip liner is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in 606 whatever walnut. It's just like a really pretty neutrally brown shade. This is such a good formula, by the way. Like, I'm obsessed with these. They have them for like points perks on Sephora every now and then, and it's just the minis, but they're like 100 points, and I've used probably 10 of these little whatever walnut pencils up. They're so good, and they complement so many different like lip shades, tones. You can fill in your lip with it. It's very nice and very versatile. Now I'm going to take Nars Tolid, and that looks like this. Pretty nude. This might be like a warm lip for this cool toned eye, but those look really nice together. Then for some fun, I have the ABH Gloss in Peachy with 2 Ys, and it's nice and glittery. So since I don't have any like shimmer on the eye, I wanted a little on my lip. This is such a nice lip combo. I'm all about it. I don't feel like my like blush goes with my eyes. I feel like from here down it's kind of a cohesive look, and then my eyes are just like off on a whole nother planet. But I do want to kind of tap out my under eyes a little bit before I finish up and give y'all another close look. I really like this little powder puff thingy. I want to show y'all. Hopefully it'll get it. Like this eye is just a little bit creasy. If I go in with this and really just like tap it out, I mean, you can still see my eye bags, but it definitely helps with the creasing. Okay, so I'm really a fan of this so far. I'm also, I don't know, I like my whole face of makeup right now, and it's really strange because now that everything is kind of like set in place, I am going to spray it with my Revolution Purifying Primer Water. Yeah, so other than my eyes watering and being total assholes right now, everything is looking really good. I'm trying to kind of, where's my little magnifying mirror? I really want to see like if there's a big difference between the two of these foundations, and I'm just not seeing that big of a difference, honestly. Like on my forehead up here where I said before I put too much Nars, too much Nars, still too much. It's still, look, cakey up there, but I feel like once my natural oils come in a little bit, it won't be so bad. But my whole like cheek over here looks really, really good. Like my skin looks flawless, and I don't know, for some reason right here, it's like the makeup doesn't really want to stick, so I'm going to say from like here down looks flawless, but I have to be doing something weird. I might be like blending my concealer too much right there or something, so I just need to I just need to figure that out. And then over on this side, honestly, everything just looks really good. Like my forehead looks better on this side. I think my pores through here look better because they're actually covered. I think this whole area just looks really, really pretty and smooth. My skin looks fine. I mean, I don't really see any difference between the two, honestly. My nose, I feel like I ended up kind of like blending the two, but my nose over here, actually neither side looks cakey. So that's good for now. I just wanted to, you know, give some details, because I feel like I don't give any details when I'm doing these kind of videos, and I should probably get better about that. So we can get one more up close and personal look. So that is the Too Faced side, and this is the Nars. Alright, so it's already been on for a couple of hours, but we still have a few more to go, so I will check in with y'all before I'm going to wash all of this off. Hey guys, okay, so I am back, and it has been 5 hours. 5 whole hours. Most of that was outside, so I was definitely out like in the humidity again, like always. I'm in the South, it's humid as hell all the time, so that's just what it is. That's kind of what a foundation has to hold up to in my standards anyway. But I just sat down and like turned the lights on, and looking at it, it looks really good. Like it just doesn't look much different than when I left here. Like, I mean, there's definitely some wear to it, but like looking back, it's really just, it's kind of stayed intact for the most part, and both sides are, you know, I feel like both sides like melted into my skin really well, and now they're looking even more similar than when I first put them on, which I didn't think they looked all that similar then, but now that like I have a full face of makeup on and I'm looking at them like literally side by side, the only thing that I can see is right here on this side, like my pores on this side are a little more like smoothed out than they are on this side, but like I could have used a little more concealer. God only knows why. So I definitely don't think you need both. Like I said earlier, I was just editing that part and I was like really friggin' passionate about you not needing both of them. If you want both, go for it and get both. It's your life. But I was just saying, I do think that these two are similar enough to not need to spend the money on both of them. So that is kind of it for this video. I think I really love both of these. I think both of them wear really well. If I had to pick a favorite, I thought it was going to be the Nars, but I think it might be the Too Faced. I'm not sure. They're both like, if the Too Faced is here, it's like here, and this is here. Like it's not ahead by much, but I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like they're about the same price as well. This is 40. I feel like this was 40 or 42 or something like that. I can pop it in here. But yeah, I think both are really good. You do get, I want to say, more product in the Nars. Yeah, you get 1.5 ounces in the Nars, and you get an ounce of the Born This Way. And the Nars has more coverage than the Born This Way. I had to build up this one to get it to about the coverage that this one was. So you are using less product with the Nars, more product with the Too Faced. The Too Faced is a little less product, so I guess it does end up being a little bit more expensive, but in the long run, you know, pretty similarly priced and all of that. So I will shut up. I will go and let y'all go about whatever y'all were doing before this. So I hope y'all are having a great day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.